Hello, everybody. Welcome back to You Be Aight podcast presented by AML Media, Alberta Marie Laborda Media. Love you, Mom. This is episode 5, I believe. We're moving and grooving, having a good time, trying to give you guys a good time if you're listening. So, without further ado, Rachel, would you like to bring in the plugs?
Okay, so you can find us on Twitter at AML_media_. Our YouTube handle is the same. Instagram, it's a little bit different, AML Media_. We're also on TikTok now as AML Media and Facebook as well. You can find all of our links at our website, AML.NEWS.BLOG.
Nicely done, Rachel. I am Gene Labordi. This is my brother, Stephen Labordi. And you just heard the lovely voice of my awesome wife and producer of all of our stuff, Rachel Labordi.
Oh, yeah.
Keep up the good work. You're doing good with all of the editings and stuff. You have a nice creative mind for it. Something that me and you wouldn't be that great at.
I don't know how to use the internet.
It's crazy that you used to be an computer IT guy, and now you're not really sure even what some social medias are.
The game's changed.
The game's changed on my boy, especially when I think the big change was computer internet to everyone has it directly on their phone all the time.
Well, that and just like the internet was for porn and video games, and now it's for people's social lives, and I'm too old to really plug into that.
There is a little bit of a...
I'm definitely left out, though.
You're missing out a lot. Well, not a lot.
I'm missing out on some things, though.
Yeah, but because it's one of those things where it's just in the zeitgeist of... Zeitgeist.
You could say it weird if you want.
Yeah. Maybe it makes me sound more pretentious if I go, it's not pronounced correctly. Anyway, you do miss out on some things because there's like inside jokes that if you're on social media, you get.
It's not an inside joke if the whole internet knows about it.
Yeah, but I'll say something about a meme and you'll be like, cool, dude.
This is true.
True. But hey, how's your week been going? It's been about a week since we did a You Be Aight.
Yeah, about a week.
Any updates with your neighbors? You said you had a little bit of an update with some neighbors.
Not with Adam. Haven't seen him much. You know, with Thanksgiving, people are traveling.
True.
But I did meet my downstairs neighbor.
Nice.
And she's cute.
Nice.
And she's of age, I think.
Well, she would have to have an apartment. She's of age. Corrective age for you. That's a little different,
Yeah.
but
So we'll see.
that's a nice
Potential. Who knows?
Well, and she invited you in, like she was trying to be neighborly at the very least.
Yeah, and it's just her there. So it was, it was kind of like I was taken aback by it because I'm not that friendly.
Well, and also that's where you go out to smoke cigarettes, kind of in front of her door a lot.
Yeah.
So she's probably noticed you just with coming and going, and you smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
Especially. Well, and also I wonder if she was just trying to figure out because you're a night owl, so you're smoking cigarettes at 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. It surprised me. I haven't had more people come around and be like, oh, you're the guy who's doing security around the building in the middle of the night. But,
well, and good news is because you have concrete steps. So she said, because you asked her, right, am I loud upstairs?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a well-built building, at least.
It is. No complaints. She was complaining. Because ambulances and shit go by and she's on the ground floor.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm pretty good upstairs, pretty quiet. But she was telling me that there was all kinds of drama in the building right before I moved in. So Adam, my neighbor across the hall, which, if you've been listening, we've talked about Adam. He was married.
Oh.
And remember the real estate lady who showed you the place said like people barbecue and stuff here?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they used to. So
dude.
let's say cops have been involved. Her name is Megan. She was telling me the cops used to be out there like every other week. And that Adam called the cops on her once because she spit in his face. So there's there's some more. There's some
Dude,
more
you got
story
some
here.
you got some real drama.
So I'm gonna definitely get more information.
This isn't
on
even
this.
a sitcom. This is a daytime drama going
Shit's
on
real.
in your building.
It's real. So apparently, you know, I'm a calming presence. Everything's calmed down since
That's
I've been there.
good.
Because I won't deal with some bullshit.
No.
You know, like it's bad enough that every time I come in a building, there's dogs barking, but they shut up eventually. But none of this is going around on my watch. So, but I will update everybody because, I'm nosy now. I need to know.
This is the Chronicles of Steven's Apartments is what we're gonna have to keep.
Yeah, and there's more coming.
Well, and it'll be interesting because now that it's winter, I feel like there's gonna be like peaks and flows of everything because it's gonna be like everyone's cooped up and maybe that builds up some rage. But then in the summertime, if people are out and more about, I think we're gonna see some seasonal changes.
We will, and on a side note. Is it strange that the two best parking spots in the building are used by the two fattest people that live there? They're a couple.
Well,
and they hog the two best spots. I don't know. They just never leave. They're always in the two best spots.
Well, as a fat person, I can tell you, I keep an eye on parking spots. I definitely, one, if I'm going to have enough room to get the door open as wide as I want, and two, obviously convenience. There's a lot of steps in there, so they're already thinking I'm always going to have to deal with the steps, but can I lock down?
They lock them down good. They've been there forever, I think. And I still don't have curtains.
Still don't have curtains,
Still don't
which is
have
funny because
curtains.
you can't see. Every time me and Rachel drive by, we go slow to see if I can see you doing anything weird. But it's hard to see up there because of the angle. You don't really see into it.
Yeah, you see
when
like
you're
the
driving by.
You see like the ceiling.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. Maybe maybe a new love interest. I don't know. Just take it day at a time. But yeah, she's solid 7.
And as far as the curtains go, it took me and Rachel quite a longer than it really needed to for us to get curtains in some like high visible spots of. There's a high chance of me being naked in front of that window.
Yeah, I was here when you moved in. There's some some angles that if you catch it, you could see people walking out of the bathroom.
Just made you do the weird, quick, naked shuffle to get
scamper.
Covering up the bits to get away a little bit.
So yeah, everything's more to come.
Cool. Well, I'm glad you're liking the place and you're slowly getting introduced. There's still a couple. That building's so weird because this is inside baseball, I guess. Really, people are listening, but the building. They say there's 12 places there. I don't know how there's 12. Unless someone has a closet apartment that they pay like $40 a month for, I still don't see how there's that many apartments in there.
Well, there's four, and then 2 on the basement level.
Yeah.
So,
well,
way too much information on where I live. If you live in the area,
I'll give you the address in the comments so you can go visit.
You know, I need some new friends. I just moved here, so
My week, this has kind of been mine and Rachel's, or Rachel's and mine's.
Rachel and I.
Rachel's and I's. This has been our week off, pretty much. Rachel definitely needed it. And just with it being the holidays, we did it last year. We're just so slow at the stores, so we kind of just took the week off, which is nice. It's crazy how fast I can go from having a normal schedule to only awake when the sun's down.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it consistently. But,
I can switch back. It only really takes me a day, 2 days to go from complete night out to getting my schedule relatively. I don't have to wake up early, so
right.
Even with the store. So, but yeah, I just been playing a lot of video games and eating late night snacks and meats and cheeses.
Always good meats and cheeses. Yeah, I've been eating dinner at like 10:30 every night.
Our whole family has always been
we're
like, even when we were in like school, we ate dinner relatively late compared to everyone in our neighborhood.
Right, but now that I'm solely responsible for feeding myself,
and a lot of those feedings are coming from our leftovers.
It's a beautiful thing. Speaking of which, today I planned on coming over here and going for a run, but then I ate some leftover chicken parm and made a sandwich, and I had to take a 4-hour nap.
Yeah, well,
but it was great, Rachel.
I At 36, I think you should know I should have needed chicken parm Sammy before I want to go for a nice jog.
It's all a learning experience. That's what life's all about, man.
Yeah. One thing we're super excited about, if you can't tell, we had some studio upgrades. So we kept wanting to mention this, but we just haven't. If you watched episode 1 and 2, it was goofy looking, but it covered up even uglier background for you guys. It's all for the fans. Yeah. So you guys are welcome, by the way. That fabric, I bought at a thrift store one time for like $4, and it was huge.
And on the reverse side of it was like spider webs.
No, that's on the black stuff. I was talking about the American flag thing. Because
okay.
then we upgraded to a straight black background, which little behind the scenes, that used to be for I would do a haunted porch. I would use all that fabric to cover the porch, and I'd have a fog machine in there, and it was fun for 2 years, but then it was some shitty teenagers. I don't think you should, there should be a set limit. When you hit like 13, you can't trick-or-treat anymore.
No, that's too young.
Let's
go
13, yeah.
I'll say like 16.
But that age group there, dude, if you're getting close to getting your driver's permit, you shouldn't be allowed to go trick-or-treating and just wear jeans and a mask.
Well, no, you still have to put in the effort with
That's the thing. It's the effort.
But shit, like if if an adult comes by with a sweet costume, they deserve candy too. But if they're just punk-ass teenagers who come over to your haunted porch and say, this shit's not scary.
Yeah, well, it's not for you. It's for all the little kids that this is like. A big... Yeah,
a teenager.
I was
Everyone's
doing it.
just a fucking jerk off.
But if you
what
can
happened,
buy your own candy in bulk, then you should not be able to trick-or-treat anymore.
I think you might be a little Halloween Scrooge here.
Put in the effort, okay? You can be, if you're 40 and you put in the effort, I'll give you candy. But don't some 15-year-old coming around with a scream mask and wearing your jeans and expect for me to give you a bunch of candy. Because like when like a 6-year-old comes up and he's got on his Captain America and he's still holding the shield at this point, I'm throwing tons of candy at this kid because he deserves it for the effort. As he does,
definitely. But you just, you delegate how much candy you give based on. You know what I mean? So give him a little Tootsie Roll.
Because that's one of my, I love Christmas, but trick-or-treating, Halloween is one of my favorites just because it still has a little bit of community-based in it.
Yeah, don't let Halloween die, peeps, because...
And it's a battle because there are a lot of people, the trunk-or-treating where you just go to a church parking lot in the cars. I get it, but do it a day before. Like, it's a chance to get to know your neighbors.
People don't want to do that anymore.
Which...
They could find you on Instagram if they want to get to know you.
Yeah, I guess. And it's a shame. But no, so the studio upgrades, back to that. Now we're in the future, people. This is a green screen. You probably didn't even know. We don't know what's going to be back there. If there's anything you guys want to see, maybe comment about what you want to see back there. But I think we'll keep it simple so it's not crazy and super goofy.
Maybe we'll get fancy with it and release some short little skits or...
I was sending, which we'll never see the internet. I was testing out the green screen last night. I was doing some wrestling promotions to Steven.
It was gold. It's a shame that no one but me is ever going to see it because you can't do it justice by talking about it. It's gotta be seen.
At one point, I took my shirt off. I created 2 characters. Yeah. In a matter of like 10 minutes. I did 2 awesome wrestling promotions, which is funny because I always forget it's there. I have a wrestling belt, which I'm not even a wrestling fan, on my dining room lamp.
Yeah, let's make that clear. He's not a professional wrestling fan.
I am not. And even when I was a little kid, not so much. And I've said, I wish I could get into it because there's so much out there.
Yeah.
We got to wait a week, and then the off season of football sucks. If you're a wrestling fan, dude, you get so much.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I think you got to buy into it when it's young.
No, because I loved wrestling when I was young. But I loved Stone Cold and Mankind and Tatanka, all them boys.
Yeah, but I think you have to have like a traumatic experience, like your dad leaves in the middle of the night or something and never comes back, and so you just grasp on the straws of like, I love wrestlings.
Yeah, I don't know,
but
I can't imagine. Here's something about wrestling. I don't understand how there's men that stay married and their wives are okay with them being professional wrestling fans.
Well, I put it this way. Would you rather a husband that wants to go to the bar with his buddies all the time? Or a guy that every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday night needs to be home at 7 o'clock to watch wrestling?
Yeah, I guess. It just says so much about a person to me if they're fully grown adults with responsibility. I don't know. The wrestling thing, once it's like Santa. It's like, to me, it's like believing in Santa Claus still.
But the guys who, and these are like, podcasts I watch and stuff like that, like Dan Soder or whatever. He says, he's like, obviously I don't think it's real. They're great athletes, but he's like, it's the same way how women kind of watch terrible daytime, what do they call it, dramas and shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's just storylines. Like, you fall in love with the guy, and you get it that it's fake wrestling, but then, oh, damn, he turns a heel. And so it's just another way to watch storylines.
Maybe I'm just salty.
Well, I can't say I've given it a go, but I've definitely never... I just could never foresee myself being like, Rachel, we got to stop watching this because Monday Night SmackDown is on.
Right.
And I heard that a new character might come out. But, yeah, to each their own. I always say if you have a hobby, it's good to have hobbies and have things that you're passionate about.
Is something that you religiously watch on television a hobby?
No. That's why I added the caveat of something you're passionate about.
Okay. Yeah.
Because is the Eagles a hobby for us?
It's not a hobby.
No, but we love it, and it's like one of the biggest things in our life.
Yeah. Now, it's not a hobby. But I go, like, every day I'm following and getting plugged into the coverage and the media. But still, I'm not doing anything.
But which is another thing I've always said, like, I wish I could get into college football. Like, I like turning on a game on Saturdays and being able to just watch the sport and not have, like, anxiety over it.
Yeah, I hear you.
But I wish I could, because there's a whole community out there that, like, college football is the biggest thing to them. And it is sweet because all Saturday, there's 100 games you can watch. But also, because I think you have to have a team. Like, we love football, but it's not like college football. And I like that the athletes, a lot of them try so hard. They're not all trumped up big heads and shit yet, like some NFL players are. But I think you have to have a team.
Yeah, we didn't. I mean, I think it's just another thing you inherit from your dad. Basically, like, college football wasn't part of our upbringing, so.
And it also would be... Because the part I find interesting is, like, when people are just like, they're like SEC fans, or I'm a Big Ten fan. So like, they don't even follow a team necessarily. It's just like any Big Ten game. It's like, this is awesome. I have this for 4 hours on a Saturday.
Yeah, unless I like went to Tennessee or something, I could see being a fan. But
and also around us,
we have a badass pro team. This is a big part of it. We
True.
have the
Good
Philadelphia
point.
Eagles.
Yep.
We're not from fucking Tuscaloosa, Alabama, or somewhere in South Carolina. It doesn't have a pro team. That's why ball is so big in those areas.
And even around us, I mean, like, the big programs aren't big team. Temple, Villanova,
Penn State.
But Penn State's
it's far away.
That's in the middle of the state. That's not around us. Like, there's Penn State fans around us, but that's probably because them or a family member went to Penn State.
Alumni. So yeah. So wrestling sucks.
Although, it's funny, I probably was only a couple fractions away from wanting to maybe be a professional wrestler. I always like, you always say, I like costumes. They're called uniforms.
Okay. I think by the pro wrestler, they're definitely costumes.
Yeah, I guess we'd have to call it that. But that would be a funny story. Like I said, I'm a few degrees away from maybe trying to make it as a professional wrestler.
I will say about wrestling that they are legitimate athletes, and that shit is hard.
Oh, dude, you watch, and you just gotta.
And they do it over and over and over.
Beat the shit out of yourself to make, like, even the big guys Well, actually, I don't know, but there's so many people out there beating the fuck out of themselves for like no money, and because they like to wear spandex.
I don't know. You know, it's just that wrestling sucks. So I don't get it.
Well, to take a turn, speaking of wearing uniforms and costumes, a video the other day caught my eye, making me, I love America, but made me hate our fashion kind of. Because dudes in the Middle East and all those type of Saudi Arabia, why the fuck do we let them wear all, not let them, why didn't we adapt like dudes wearing silk dresses and shit? It looks so comfortable and kind of cool. Those bros are just hanging out in the most comfortable clothing.
Yeah, although I will say there's a lot of fabric involved in those, the clothing that they wear. And in a lot of those places, it's hot. Not all of them,
But I think they wear that because, like, when you go to the desert, they say, like, you know, cover up your skin and it makes you less.
Well, it traps the condensation.
That and, yeah, it just keeps, it's like permanent sunscreen. But these bros look so goddamn comfortable.
Yeah.
Dude.
Gene, you can wear whatever you want.
Yeah, you could wear it.
We can get you one.
It would look fucking hysterical.
Well, then just grab our sheets off of our king-size bed and let's hope it covers me up, Rachel.
You don't want to look like a fucking clan member.
But yeah, I don't know what fabrics are using it. I don't think it's silk, but I'm just so jealous. And then, because also, you know, Americans, we got a lot of fats around here, but let's not get it twisted. There's a lot of countries that have a lot of fats.
Yeah, man. Even the Middle East and India are running into the same problems now with diabetes. And it's because fucking Domino's is everywhere. Apparently, they love Domino's in India and the Middle East.
Oh, and then also, that's the thing. When you put on your jeans, you're like, all right, I'm a size 32. 5 days of fucking around, and you're like, these don't fit good anymore. I could imagine those things. There's a lot of fabric.
Yeah, you can get fat without
You
realizing
can get fat and be like, who put, and especially in the Middle East, they just blame their wife. Did you fucking put my shit in the dryer? It's smaller now.
You'd have to plump up pretty good for those clothes to feel tight because they're nice and loose and hangy.
Which I call that the fishbowl effect. Of, you know, they say, like, if you put a goldfish in a small little thing, it'll grow to the size of its environment.
Oh, okay.
Because it'll just eat till it can't, like, swim around, basically. Which, that's kind of how my life has been. It's like, these clothes are good, they're good. And then I go to, you know, khakis I haven't worn in a couple months, and I go, fuck. I really got to take it easy for a couple of weeks to make sure I don't have to go buy new pants.
Expensive pants, too.
Yeah.
That's what I wonder. Those clothes that they wear in the Middle East, I guess it's just like everything. It depends what caste you're part of, but like some of them are really fancy and badass.
Well, yeah, they'll have like golden, like cool, like patterns around the collar and shit. And well, they take a lot of their budget out of their shoe game. They all just wear sandals.
Yeah, it's
all the bros over there are just rocking. You'll see them at a wedding. They're linking up pinkies, dancing like we've talked about before. The bros having a good time, and they're all just in like what I equivalent to like what little kids wear at like a theme park. There's those strap sandals that like have Velcro on them.
Yeah. Well, it's hot, you know.
And yeah, why wrap your feet up if you don't have to? I guess
for everybody else. But they just don't give a fuck because they live in a totally different society where like the men hang out with the men and the girls kind of watch.
It all comes down to like wanting trying to be cool. Here, which I mean, I've never been a fashionable person, but the fashion I see now, like, the guys got to get back to being guys, man. Like, they're saying, like, loose is coming back into style. Dude, the skinny jeans have to stop.
I think they kind of have.
They are, but, like, the joggers.
Well, I wear them. I don't think joggers are the same as skinny jeans.
No, but it's yeah. I don't know. I guess I just have a tainted version because when I put on joggers, it looks like why didn't he buy the right size pants?
Yeah, I will say if you're overweight at a certain level, the joggers guys, they look fucking weird. As soon as it doesn't fit right, you go from fitting in to being like, people just look at you like, dude, you're trying to fit in. It's just not working.
And that there's a good friend test there, because
your friend should tell you.
Your
right?
friend needs to tell you. And this happens, I feel like, a lot with women friends, because they're all so catty and just bitchy.
Well, women hate women.
Well, yeah. But if you got a boy who, like, if you're like, I don't think I look good in these, and he says you do, and you're about to go somewhere, he's just trying to, you're going to be the ugly friend. He wants to look, he's going to stand next to you so he looks a lot better because
you
you
talking
look.
about a couple here?
No, I'm just talking about, like, if me and you we're single and like, dude, we're going to go to the bar tonight. And then I go, Steven, do these pants look good? And you know they don't. And you say, yeah, those pants look good. That's because you just want me to look crappy to make you look even that much better.
That's not a good friend.
Yeah, so that's a friend check there. Which I feel like I've had. But I've once again, I've never been fashionable, so I just always go, this isn't comfortable. In
a relationship, I'm the kind of guy who will tell my significant other if the shit looks bad.
And I tell Rachel this all the time. Go, I ask your opinion genuinely. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I need you to tell me if this doesn't look good. And she usually goes, no, it looks fine. I go, can you please just make sure you're honest? Because I'm honest with you.
Sometimes too honest.
That's why I brought this up. Because don't ask me if it looks good or not if you don't want to know the real answer.
Well, and in her defense, maybe she didn't even ask me. But the big one...
That's different.
The big one, and it's not mean, but I'm hoping they're going out of style, is the, like, biker shorts. They're like, the high-waisted tights, but they only come down to above the knee.
Yeah, okay.
And they're in style. Well, Rachel has worn pairs. I go, that's not a great...
They're in style, though, I guess.
Yeah, but it's just not a great look for... She's short. So, like, you have to have long limbs sometimes to pull off these styles.
But also, it's not all about impressing people. If I'm comfortable and I think it looks cool, then I like it.
Yeah, I think if someone doesn't ask, don't tell.
I guess.
Like
we've been together for a really long time. And it's not like I say, like, you're not going out like that. It's not like it's not like you're showing too much skin. It's like, hey, if I was in that situation, Rachel, please tell me. If I'm like, all right, let's go to bowling, and you're like, damn, dude, his gut is hanging out, you need to tell me that if I'm not asking.
You don't want that.
Yes, I do.
Well, bro,
if I'm going to be in public, yes, please tell me.
Your gut be hanging out, bro.
Sometimes. Well, tell me.
It would be a lot of telling.
No, I'm saying if I make a certain move and it comes out a little bit, that's fine, but not if, like, I put on a shirt and I just don't feel the wind hitting my gut.
Okay. Okay.
So tell me if that's happening. In the promo video, it happened a little bit, but
what promo video?
The one the green screen one I sent you yesterday when I was dancing. I noticed it came, but that was just a movement. But what I'm getting at is, if you're in a relationship long enough, you need to go, hey, I don't think if someone took a picture of you and it ended up on Facebook right now, you would be happy.
That's too high of a standard to be hitting every day, though.
Not every day, especially in present day. Rachel works from home.
Yeah, so I'm just saying.
I'm literally like, this is like one time. If someone doesn't ask,
but if they do ask,
going to the grocery store is different, but not at, like, whatever. Maybe I'm in the wrong. I'm sorry, Rachel.
There you go. That's what I like. Apology accepted.
Yeah.
It's never ill-willed. Will you say? At least admit that. It's always me trying to just say, hey, I think you might want to know this.
Yeah, and if we're going out, sometimes I will listen, but sometimes I do think that you're just being a little bit
you're not fashion forward, bro.
Judgmental about an outfit that I am comfortable in.
Well, now I feel like a dick.
Well, this is why we got to talk about these kind of things.
But
sometimes there's no good venue to air these things.
Once again, it's never ill-willed. It's always, I wish if this was a thing, I would like to know.
No, I totally get what you're saying, and I'm that way. But you got to be a little bit more gentle with the girls, because
I just actually, you know what?
I've been picking on you since you were old enough to understand the English language, so you have a thicker skin.
I guess.
Well, and I get it that it's just things that you personally don't like, but other people might. Like, for example, if you decided you were going to wear sandals all the time.
You would tell them, don't wear those motherfuckers.
Personally, do not like sandals and would hate when you wore them.
Well, especially on me, none of my toes match. I have like 9.5 toanails.
You could have
They're all
the
broken.
most beautiful feet in the whole world. I don't want you to wear sandals around
Oh,
me.
you hate feet.
I really do.
I'm gonna start wearing sandals all the time.
Dude, we'll be watching a show and she'll go, "Why is there a foot in this?" Like she's less offended if someone showed their asshole, a gaping butthole. She goes, "Oh, there's fucking feet in this."
Well,
and I'm
in
like,
a show or
I'm like,
a
yeah, they're on the
movie,
beach, Rachel.
I'm like, it's a conscious, creative decision to put that foot in the show. So yeah, I don't know.
I think you're just noticing it. I think the director is not like, make sure there's no feet in this scene. Rather,
Unless
they're
you're
naked.
Unless you're the Nickelodeon owner.
Yeah, apparently he's got a foot thing.
That dude, the symbol of it is a foot, and I forget what I was watching, but they pointed out all these things of like, and it's kids shows, so there's no story behind it, but all of a sudden it'd be like, let's have a foot jelly party, and then it's just little kids stomping grapes with their feet.
I don't remember that shit from
There it
Nickelodeon,
is.
but I'll take your word for it.
Nickelodeon owner is a little bit of a creep. Well, the ex, I don't know if he's still the owner, but
Well, we live in a strange world where people buy crusty panties and
there's vending machines in certain countries with crusty panties.
yeah. So
I always say it's almost like a double-edged sword. Like, I'm pretty vanilla as far as what like attracts me, but like if you had a foot fetish, it's kind of sweet, but also kind of sucks.
there's way worse things to be into.
Well, yeah, but I'm just like any type of like if you fetishize something, because coming across feet stuff is pretty easy, and if that's what really gets you going, that's kind of nice in a way, but also like, god damn it, why is it a foot that gets me going?
Well, if you're in that position, you dig the feet, so you're not thinking, God damn it.
No, but
now if you're a pedophile, then
well, that's
like, fuck, man. This shit's real. Like, I'm attracted to I'm not attracted to children.
get him. Intervention.
But we've talked about this. Like, that's such a horrible fate.
Yeah,
And if you don't think that those motherfuckers have some kind of malfunction where they genuinely are attracted to children, not they want to be, they're not, I don't think they're evil, they're just fucked up,
it sucks.
and to act on it is wrong, but that's terrible. That's a terrible fate. I don't think they're just out there like, let me just do the most sadistic creepy shit I could do. Like,
not for a majority of it. I'm sure there is a population, but yeah, dude, that would fucking suck if you're like, I've tried everything else, nothing works, but only 7-year-old boys works for me.
it's not okay. We're not condoning it, but
No,
you have to have a little sympathy for somebody, because they would never act on those impulses unless it was real, because there's nothing worse to be in society, in our society. It's talking about the Middle East. But anyway, in our society, being a pedophile is like the worst thing you can be. So
you'd rather commit murder and go to jail than be a pedophile and go to jail.
Definitely.
So yeah, and it sucks because I watch those pedophile catching shows, which is crazy because, dude, like on YouTube, none of them ever get in trouble.
Yeah,
like the cops come, they're like, "Stop doing this! You guys can't be filming this random person." Like, no, we have evidence of him wanting to catch a kid, and he's like,
"Did they touch the kid? No." Okay.
Yeah, well, we can't do anything about this. Like, the dudes who are trying to catch pedophiles sometimes get in more trouble than the actual pedophiles.
Yeah.
Well, that's why a lot of them, which is funny if you can stomach it.
It's not. It's so uncomfortable.
No, the funny is making them, like, there's one dude out there who just makes them eat the super spicy chip. It'd be like, because like, these pedophile hunters know I can't get you arrested, so I'm just gonna fucking torture you, basically.
He gives them the ghost pepper.
Makes him eat a ghost pepper and then interviews him while he's eating the ghost pepper, and the guy's just crying because from the heat, and then makes them call their mom and tell them that on the phone.
Who the fuck are these people?
Dude, there's a whole bunch of
Who
people.
are you to do that to somebody?
Well, fuck a pedophile.
Yeah, but who are you? You're just some guy with a camera.
Yeah. Well, the thing is it's so easy. I mean, dude, these guys are like, they'll go like, in 5 minutes, I can find a pedophile in this area.
I'm not about vigilante justice.
Well,
Again,
I think that
When it comes to pedophilia, you should be about because sometimes it does scare these guys, and they go, and they probably do it again. They go,
of course they do it again. They can't not.
Well, isn't the point of that show because the cops won't really do much, so they call their family members and whatnot so that they can kind of out them so that they will stop.
This isn't shows. This isn't
YouTube,
this is
YouTube show.
Hundreds of YouTube channels.
Yeah.
And a lot of them, they go like, I just want to expose you because you're in a community, and like, dude,
I get it.
these
I
dudes
totally-
will catch them multiple times.
Yeah, I get it.
And then they'll fucking show up in the parking lot in a Burger King and be like, fuck you again. Like the pedophile will be like, shit, I knew it was you. Why'd I do this?
That is sick, though. Like, that they can just be out in the community and everyone knows it and there's no way to
dude,
prosecute them.
And a lot of times, it is the type of the exact person you're picturing.
I know. And that's
But
the weird thing.
sometimes, it'll be like a fucking school principal or something.
That's the kind of person I was picturing. Who are you
No.
picturing? It's usually older men.
That have like a truck that barely runs with the cab on the back. Poor white trashy dudes. do
No,
a
that's
lot.
not. When I think of pedophiles, I think of older white men, to be honest with you. By the way, for the record, women are pedophiles too.
They will do, yes.
Men get all the hate for being pedophiles. There's plenty of women sick fucks out there too.
Well, not a lot of times, but sometimes you'll see in these things, it's like a weird trailer park trash couple.
Yeah.
That the woman is helping to do this.
Yeah, see, when I just turn that, I can't watch that kind of shit.
Yeah, but then when they make them be like, all right, well, I want you to run a mile, and then we're going to make you eat a ghost pepper, and then we're going to call your parents, and then you're going to do jumping jacks for an hour.
I'm surprised that these people say, like, I would just be like, no, who are you? I'm not eating a pepper.
This is where you see the difference of, because a lot of these guys would be like, I'm so sorry, I know I shouldn't have done this. And they'll be like, do it or I'm going to call the cops. And then there's the people who you can tell are seasoned. They're like, go ahead, call the cops. I know nothing's going to happen. And those are the fucking devil people that you go, yo, that is a serious, like, the guy who's a little slow and the only thing, he's like, I just wanted to hang out with a 13-year-old girl. You're like, this guy just needs someone to direct him in life. But then you see the people that are like, go ahead, call the cops. I know they can't do nothing.
So you watched quite a bit of this stuff.
Yes.
Okay. That, I got to be honest, I definitely feel bad for this person who's half retarded.
Those are the ones that,
It's like, God damn, bro.
It's like you just have genetics that shouldn't be in you. And
You're
like,
all fucked up. Your shit's retarded.
I mean, I've watched things that like, and I can't tell if I'm for it or against it, of like chemical castration.
Okay, let's not talk about that, though.
There's dudes out there that want it. They're like, I'm sick. I wish something could stop me from doing
like,
this.
just, I thought you were going to go down the euthanizing track.
No.
So you're saying just basically make them eunuchs?
There's dudes out there that they get caught and they go, I wish I could stop. And then you go, fuck. It gets you twisted. You're like, this dude's doing such a cynical act.
He knows it's wrong.
And
he
he's like,
can't stop.
dude, the cell phone is so dangerous. A lot of it is like, a lot of these dudes are like, dude, technology's the devil to me. As soon as I get it in my hand, there's only one thing I want to do with it. Which isn't funny, so we're going to change the subject. So I hinted at it earlier the other day, and this is going to be one for the boys that I think are understanding. It's hard, and I've had to explain this to Rachel multiple times, and she still doesn't fully get it, but itching your nuts is a hard thing to do.
You have to extrapolate on that.
Yeah, because it's not like normal skin where you can do this.
Right.
You know what I mean? Unless you want to like bat wing it out, which that doesn't necessarily work and isn't comfortable. So I've learned from a young age is kind of the pinch and roll technique.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Where I think we all know what nuts are, the nut sack. You got to kind of, if you have an itch on it, which happens a lot, which is a flaw in the human body.
I don't get a lot of itchy nuts.
It's just like, it's a thing that can contrast. When it gets hot, it gets loose. There's a lot of hair there, thick thicker, coarser hair than most of the rest of the body. It gets hot. It has to be, your nuts have to be at a certain temperature, so the nut sack goes and smaller and bigger. Anywho,
it expands and contrasts.
So it's a weird part of the skin. So, this has happened to me multiple times in my life. I got a sudden itch, like one of those itches that almost like hurt. So I immediately went to itch my nutsack, doing the pinch and roll technique, but I got a little too aggressive going in because I think I was sitting, so I had to like kind of go in a different angle, and I hit just my one nut. I did like an aggressive poke at it, enough where it gave me that sickness in my stomach.
Right.
So
we've all been there, right, Rachel?
You're right.
It really does. It's such a weird pain receptor of like, you hit your nut and your nut kind of hurts, but it goes into like the deep lower.
Yeah, it hits you in the core sometimes.
Yeah, enough where like it's at least a couple of minutes, if not 10 to 15 of just trying to get back to normality. So yeah, I think I was laying in bed, maybe on my phone. It was enough pain where I don't remember the scenario. I just remember going like, this fucking sucks. Hit it, and then I think Rachel came in to talk to me, and I kind of just had to say like, just give me a minute. Yeah, it's not the most exciting story, but we've all been there. I think it's a connector piece to the fan base out there. I was trying to, and sometimes itching your nuts feels really good, because sometimes just a normal itch, it's satisfying, but on that specific area, it's almost sensual.
I'll just say okay.
No? Okay. Well, maybe that's just me.
You've had a lot of nut things. Like, maybe you want to tell the people about your twisted testicle.
Well, yeah, we can lead into that, which this happened to be the same nut it happened to. And so I'll just tell the full story. When I was in 7th grade, when I finally was allowed to play football at the scholastic level, we could never play pee-wee football because we were always too fat. And I remember begging, being like, I'll play with the older kids. And they're like, no, it's a safety issue. I was like, I don't think you get it. I play football with like a fully grown adult at home who's over 300 pounds. I think I'm going to be okay. But so
it is so unfair. Like, just let the fat kids play with the older kids.
Dude, I would have been okay just practicing. Don't let me play in games. Like, you would have helped me lose weight. Let me play a sport.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I get it as far as lawsuits and stuff go. But we had like a good Pop Warner. The Pendle Wildcats was like a legit.
Yeah, I was so jealous.
Yeah, they had a cool field, and like just remember like twice Dad took me down there to sign up, and they put me on the scale immediately. We didn't even do paperwork, and then just crying for a couple of days because the one thing because at that point you were playing football for school. The one thing I wanted to do, they were like too fat to do it.
It is a hurt piece.
That sucked. But so when I finally got to be able to play football in 7th grade, I was super excited. And not to toot my own horn, I was pretty dominant immediately because I was like, I know I want to play the line. I didn't have pipe dreams of like, I want to be a wide receiver or quarterback. Right. I was like, I just want to manhandle people. And I was used to playing with you and your friends. So when I got to play with these kids that are normal size at that age, I was like, this is fucking easy. Well, in the process of week 1 of practice, and I was so excited to get pads too.
Of course you are.
I wore those shoulder pads for like 3 straight days. And
they are, and I'm not a big uniform guy or outfit guy like you are, but wearing football pads, if you've never had them on, you feel like a badass. And you are, because you can smash people and not feel it.
You got your shoulders covered with the helmet. If it's fit properly, you feel... which is probably why a lot of head injuries happen, but you feel indestructible, and then you got leg pads, knee pads, so you're rolling around, you're feeling good.
Did you wear a jock when you played football?
I never did.
Me neither. It hurts. A fat kid, when you wedge it in your fat thighs and try to run, bro, it's like terrible.
Which is crazy because as a lacrosse goalie, I had to, and like at that point, the like new thing was kind of like the sliders, like spandex that you just put a cup in. Mm-hmm. But as a goalie, I can't have shit moving around, so I wore the old school like man thong type of jock.
It doesn't go in your ass crack.
No, it doesn't go in the ass crack.
If you had some weird fucking jock nobody else is wearing.
But cause I had to keep it in all tight as a goalie, and I had to do a lot more running in lacrosse. So I had some irritations, we'll say, in lacrosse.
Yeah,
keep
you
that
have to
short.
get like a fucking callus or something.
Yeah, you built literally. You build up a callus, kind of. But so 7th grade football, loving it, having a bunch of fun. I was going through puberty at this time, so it's the doctor, which I don't know if this is true. Maybe they were just trying to make me feel better. They told me you have a twisted testicle, and it's kind of like having a hernia. Like it happens because you overexerted yourself in a certain way. Which is how a lot of hernias happen for young kids. But instead of like tearing a muscle in my abdomen, my testicle just twisted a little bit.
Yeah, never had heard of it before.
Which is crazy because it's not like it does like a 360. Like it literally, just a little turn makes it so the blood flow doesn't
it's
go
like
down.
a planet getting knocked off its axis.
A little
Just
bit.
a little bit. Yeah.
And so, and I held it above Mom's head for too long. I would always use it as a comeback, kind of. But woke up one morning. And actually, at this time, excited to go to school because I get to play football afterwards. And I go, Mom, my stomach hurts. And she thought I was just trying to get out of school, I think. And then she goes, sit on the toilet a little bit, which was just a common saying around our house. And I go, no, I don't think it's that.
In her defense, you did have stomach issues. So
I did.
It was a good go-to line.
So I ended up going to school, and by like 3rd period, I couldn't even stand up straight. Went to the nurse, and immediately the nurse is calling Mom or Dad or whatever and saying, I think he has appendicitis.
Which is dangerous.
Yes.
That's a real
so
emergency.
like we had to rush him to the hospital immediately. Luckily, the good hospital around our area was pretty much right next to the middle school. I think Mom picked me up, went to the hospital. There was no ambulance, and Mom, just being who she was, we're sitting in the waiting room. I'm in terrible pain. And she's like, do you want a bag of chips or something?
Just feeding everybody.
So my little fat's like, yeah, I'll take some chips. Ate them, go in. The process fucking sucks, okay? They had to, immediately they were like, it's not pancreatitis, we're pretty sure.
You mean an appendicitis?
Appendicitis, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, not pancreatitis. That was, but they have to do, what they do to pregnant women is the ultrasound, but on my nutsack.
All right.
Now, keep in mind, I'm just hitting puberty, so...
You got some hairs down there, yeah?
A little bit, but I'm so self-conscious of my little teenage penis and just having to be naked in general.
Well,
and these are all
let's be honest, even at any age, this is very uncomfortable.
Yeah, yeah. And your penis is never smaller than when a medical professional is about to see it. I swear.
Yeah.
Hospitals are cold, and then there's going to be a lot of people that have to.
And you're Irish and white.
Yeah. So don't always, I don't have a great presentable penis ever. But so they give me the ultrasound, and
Why is Rachel laughing?
God damn it, Rachel, pipe down over there. But we have to do the ultrasound, and even in like my young mind, I go, maybe I'll crack a little joke to the dude who's giving me an ultrasound on my nutsack.
Wouldn't you rather it be a dude? I'd
Yeah.
rather be a dude.
Either way, it's going to suck. And he goes, the gel, it's going to be cold at first. The gel will warm up. This gel, I guess, has like a heat activated to,
Yeah, it's
I
like
don't know
those
what.
sexy gels they sell.
But I crack I forget what it was, but it's along the lines of like, probably not used to doing nuts, huh? And the dude just straight faced me. Which, if
He's
you're medical,
uncomfortable too.
yeah, but if you're a medical professional, like, have a little bit more self awareness. I'm doing this because this sucks for all of us involved. So that happens. They say, testicle torsion
Or
is
testicular torsion?
yes is the medical term for it.
I'm a doctor.
Twisted nut is what it was. They say you have to have surgery. Well, of course, my mom just fed me, and you can't eat 8 hours before surgery or 6 hours before surgery or something like that.
Yeah.
So then I just have
At
to,
least.
yeah. So then I just have to sit and wait until I guess digest this food or whatever the timer is.
Did you have to have a BM before surgery?
I don't know if I don't know if I had a poop. I don't know if they made any poop or anything. I forget. But it's so you don't throw up when you're on anesthesia
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff and choke yourself. of course, this just happens to be when medical students are having their fucking, God damn it, I don't even know what you call it, their medical rounds. They're learning, and they're like, you're the only twisted testicle we've seen in a while. Do you mind?
The best part is there's nothing to see.
No.
But they saw your nuts anyway.
No, they all felt them.
Beautiful.
So
it was swollen up big time.
Oh,
Right?
dude, yeah, the nuts were getting bigger. They put me on a pain medication, which did help a little. Helped my mind and the feeling, obviously. But so, like, I'm not exaggerating. 20 to 30 people within this time span.
20 to 30.
All nurses that are learning, doctors that are learning, surgeons, all these people. It's just like every 3 minutes, someone's coming in
and touching your nuts.
and reaching up there, which. I don't think there's a feeling, but they needed to see it, look at the paperwork, and then put on a glove and feel my nuts. Which,
damn,
once again,
only you, dude.
If this is, maybe I think there should be a lawsuit. Because why?
Yeah, are you sure you didn't repress some memories and you got taken advantage of by medical students?
Speaking of pedophiles.
Well, then they're crappy pedophiles because my dick was basically in my body because I'm in this much pain. So if you have a thing for swollen nuts, maybe. But yeah, so wait, then have the surgery successfully, and the way they fix it is they attach your nut with a little bit of stitching to your nutsack.
Like hold it in place.
Hold it in place. And I remember the doctor going, "You're lucky because the way we used to fix this was just
take a nut.
Not take a nut, manually while you're awake, turn your nut around and then just figure out a way to hold it in place." And they said that is crazy painful.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
So surgery happens. The nice part about it was Fable 2 just came out. We had a lazy boy in.
This is a video game for everybody.
Yeah, Xbox 360. I forget. Anyway, I got to sit in a lazy boy for like a week and a half because my nuts were like seriously so big. When I peed on my nuts. Like it sucked, but I got to play a video game and basically just chill for 2 weeks, I think it was, maybe. But then after that, then I have to, like, every other week for maybe 2-3 months, having to go to a urologist, a penis doctor. It was just an old Jewish dude who would be like, "All right, drop your drawers." He'd sit on his little wheeled stool, buckle up, fucking with his glasses on, and go, "Yeah, it's healing good," because I had a scar in my nutsack. One thing I probably never told you, or really anybody, they said they're not sure how the suture is going to come out. So one time after it heals, I'm taking a shower and I notice it looks like I have a thick, super thick black pube hanging on my nutsack.
Oh, beautiful.
It was a suture. I pulled on it and it was very painful and the suture came out.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
I
think
have
because
the kind that disintegrate, I guess.
I don't know. I don't know if it was supposed to or not. And the only other person that knows is I think Dad was taking me to the urologist. I told the doctor that. And he goes, "Well, that sometimes can happen." Feeling around, he goes, "Things seem okay. Those sutures are different, and it's a weird area." But to top off the story, it wasn't till, so that happened in 7th grade. It wasn't until my senior year where a girl, Megan, I won't say her last name, asked, I guess, build up the guts to ask, do you really only have one ball? And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she goes, "Paul," which is my second cousin, Paul, you know who you are. When that happened, the surgery happened, told everyone that they took one of my nuts.
Good friend.
Funny, but yeah, so for 5 years, a lot of people thought I only had one nut.
Classic. I could see me doing that to a friend.
It's funny for 6 months, but I guess you don't really go up to guys and ask if they really only have one nut.
No, you don't care about another man's nuts.
No,
but
that was totally Paul too. That's really
sounds
You're right. I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, it's funny. And to everybody out there with only one nut, it's all good. Like, you're good.
Yeah, there's not a big deal about it, but when you're in high school and you find out, and it wasn't like I was slaying Tang or anything, but I had a girlfriend and stuff, but I was like, damn, how many people out there just thought of that about me and
Yeah, at that age, you
looked at me differently?
Yeah, right. Less of a man. Yeah, well, when I played, what do they call it when you use the pitching machine in baseball?
Like when you were real young?
Yeah, like the bridge between
T-ball
and just regular hardball.
Well, so for me, it went T-ball to coach pitching. Where
You
like
never
just
used a pitching machine?
not in a game. Well, I kept breaking my arm every fucking baseball
See,
season.
you can't just anytime you get into a sport, you get hurt.
Yeah.
But I was a catcher. I think it was called rook ball. We called it something. But it would just be a parent that would drop those fucking yellowish balls into the pitching machine, and it would be a normal game otherwise.
I could see why they do that because it's a more constant thing.
Yeah, because a lot of kids can't throw strikes.
Yeah, so little kids aren't getting beamed in the face by
It's
another
not
little
even that.
kid.
It's just you can't play a baseball game if the people
Yeah.
can't throw strikes. But yeah, I was catching and I wasn't set up yet. I wasn't ready, and this fucking guy dropped the ball in there and hit me square in the nuts. Probably at like less than 60 miles an hour. Probably like
I was
40
like in
or
the
50.
40s.
But that was the worst nut incident I ever had.
Did you black out at all?
No, I didn't black out, but I have to come out of the game. And I've never gotten a girl pregnant in my life, and I think I might be fucked up from that. So I'm going to track this motherfucker down and sue him.
Well, I'll let you know. I played lacrosse goalie for 10 years. I got hit in the nuts a lot. It was a weekly thing.
I think it was because of the age of the development I
Maybe.
was in. You know, I was like 12.
Well, if I can't ever have kids, I'll let you know, and then we'll track down these motherfuckers, because
Yeah.
I went to a lacrosse camp when I was in 8th grade, and it was sweet. It was stay over. It was
I
a week
remember
and a
that.
half. It was
At
like
the
10
George
days.
school, right?
Yeah.
The George
and it was
school.
fucking, and also
The Olsen twins went to
the Olsen twins went there, and I think one of the Cosby's kids went there. But it was awesome because it was stay over camp, which was funny because you didn't have to stay over. It was more expensive, but I begged Mom. I was like, you know, this place is 20 minutes away from our house, but I wanted the experience. Well, two big stories happened there. It was Paul Rabels. Was it Paul Rabel? Professional lacrosse player. He was running the camp. The first thing that happened was he was doing a shooting demo of teaching the kids how to shoot, and no other goalie would step in net, and I was like, I'll do this. So he does like a tutorial and then a trick shot thing, and then he does a high heat thing. He's like, look how fast I can shoot, and he's hitting almost triple digits every time.
At a little kid? And
I was in 8th grade.
Okay, that's a little kid too.
Yeah, and I was excited. I was like, hells yeah, I'll take these shots. Well, he slipped the one time and hit me in the head, and you don't get the concussion, but you see the quick stars, and you smell burnt rubber because the lacrosse balls are rubber. And my fucking helmet, the chin piece, busted off. Like, it hit and broke my helmet.
How did he react?
I didn't know this till after. He turned around to the crowd and gave a oh shit face, and everyone kind of laughed. He ended up giving me a helmet that was like a sweet ass fucking helmet at the time because he broke my helmet. But at that same camp, a kid came up like 5 feet in front of me and did an underhand like crank, which you can get a lot of velocity on there, and hit me straight in my cup, straight in the nuts. And I kind of just like, that happened. I remember like seeing, and then waking up, I blacked out for like a couple of seconds.
Wow.
And then all the adults, you know, these dudes who are probably just in college, they're like college lacrosse players making a couple bucks for helping running this camp, are over there. And it's funny, just once again, being a teenager, they went to pick up my waistband. They were like, we got to let some blood flow go down there.
Which I don't think is medically accurate, but I think somebody wanted to see your pecker.
When you're a little kid and you see panic on an adult's face, and then I was afraid for them to see my little pecker, and I go, no, I'm okay. And they're like, dude, sit down. And so then the rest of the day I just got to go and hang out. But That was
Yeah, I didn't black out. I remember it well, though. I think about it sometimes, and I'm just like, this fucking guy. Like, why? I mean, if these things, I guess, were different back then. It's just some parent. He probably had a few beers before the game.
He's got a cooler somewhere. He's
Yeah.
like, it's fucking, what, this inning almost over?
Yeah, just tossing it in. Like, so that, that's my only nut story. But it's funny that you...
No, you have another one. Fuck, bitch!
Oh, yeah. My ex-girlfriend, who's dead now.
That's crazy.
Not from me.
No, it's super fixable things. It's diabetes. It's a shame.
Yeah, complications from diabetes. She had a GoFundMe page. It was pretty tragic.
It really is.
She couldn't afford her diabetes.
Because she was a nice girl.
She was a sweet girl. And so as I remember it, I'm leaning over the couch. So like on the back of the couch. So like my waist is on the top back of the couch. And
bent over,
right. So I'm like leaning over with my arms on the couch, and she came up behind me to like smack me in the ass and hit me dead smack in the middle between my legs in both balls. And she wasn't giving me a love tap. Like she wanted to smack my ass.
She was horse playing.
She was horse playing, roughhousing.
She was roughhousing
and
around.
She fucking hit me square in the back of both of my balls. And I just reflexively yelled, "Fuck, bitch," loud. And
this was how it came out. Fuck, bitch!
Yeah, it was bad. And, I just curled up on the ground as I remember it. And
if anyone's ever been in that sudden pain, taking enough lacrosse shots, I've learned there's different types of pains.
Mm-hmm.
And usually... if it hurts right away, real bad,
it'll go away.
It goes away quick. It's the one that hits, and you go, and then the pain comes.
Right.
That's the one that for fucking a day, 3 days is going to be a painful.
Well, you've
thing.
had just the gnarliest bruises and deep,
tissue,
crazy damage from lacrosse balls, but. Just being a boy, growing up as a boy, you learn what it's like to get really hit in the nuts, and you know exactly what's coming. It doesn't hurt instantly, but there's a fear that comes over you and a rush like, this is going to be bad.
Because you feel it, and then your mind goes, this is going to suck. Fuck, bitch! And then
here it comes.
Actually,
I forgot you were in the room for that.
That's not even, you know what, dude? Maybe if you can't have kids. Now I have another story for you. Remember when I stepped on the back of your nuts upstairs in the house?
I'm suing you, bro. No, I don't remember this.
It wasn't a full stomp, but you were laying face down on the ground upstairs. We were probably horsing around, and I went, like, your legs were kind of open, so that leaves your nuts dangling there.
Right.
And I stepped in between you and stepped on the back of your nuts, and you cried.
Really?
And because I was like, I got to get out of here. He's going to kill me. And because I was going towards, no one else would know, but I was going towards my room. So you were laying like your head towards my room down that hallway and running away from me or something. You know what I think it was? We were sprinting up the stairs, hitting each other's ankle, tripping each other up the steps.
Okay.
And so like you fell like right on the top of the steps basically in front of the bathroom.
And you tried to like get
and I tried
past
getting
me?
away, past you and stepped on your nuts, and
I blacked that one out.
you just immediately went to like crying.
You must, because I don't think there were many times where you made me cry. Being 6 years old, like you can't do shit to someone who's 6 years old.
That one, I was scared. I was like, he's coming for retaliation.
I probably couldn't even retaliate.
No, I think I might have just left the house.
do think there was so many incidents where we fucking went a little overboard, but yeah. So nuts, be careful out there.
Be careful with your nuts, Rachel. Any nut stories?
You ever get hit in the?
No, actually, she was the person I would have hated in middle school, and Rachel, you know exactly what I'm talking. Yes.
Somebody taught me ball tapping, and I was very good at it.
Girls aren't supposed to be in the ball tap.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I thought it was hilarious, and nobody stopped me. So
that was one thing. I'm all about horse playing, wrestling around, having a good time with the boys. all my friends know two things. Don't hit me in the nuts. I've never found it funny.
It's not supposed to be funny for you. It's funny for them.
But like,
but I've never
a little ball tap, I will fucking hold rage against you until I can get you back in a way worse way.
Okay.
And so my friends and people learned that early in middle school, and also don't fuck with me when I'm sleeping. You know, you have sleepover with the boys. It's fun to pull cold water on them. Dude, you don't fuck with me in my sleep because I wake up in a rage and I don't know what I'm about to do. Anything else you know, remember the flat tires, step on the back of shoes, kicking the ankle, try and trip somebody, all that farting around, you know, that's all fun and games.
Fart on your dinner?
No, well,
that's not okay.
I think I might laugh about that, unless it's like a steak dinner or something. But if you just fart on my hot pocket a little bit, that is actually, no one's ever done it to me, but that's pretty funny.
I'm gonna
if someone walks up to me and grabs my plate and goes, "Yo, what's this? It smells weird." If it's not an expensive dinner, actually, I'm laughing at that. But actually, at that point, I go, "Well, I'm bigger than you, most of my friends. Now your dinner's my dinner, and you have to eat the fart plate."
You have to eat the fart plate. But yeah, for the girls out there, you're not allowed to ball tap.
It's really not. Yeah,
it's not even okay. But it is something that boys do to each other.
I do feel really bad about it, thinking about it now.
It's not cool for girls because you can't retaliate, and plus you shouldn't be touching little boys' balls and wieners.
I mean, do what you got to do, huh?
The nut tap is that was, and it's funny because I nut tap people, but I go, I'm off games.
Yeah, so you can't do that. That's what I'm saying.
Nah, I think we quickly all stopped doing it.
See, we did the turkey with the open palm slap in the middle of the back.
Dude, remember you did that? I was having friends over that they were from far away. Well, not from far away, but like they weren't over all the time. And it was like some new friends I'm trying to make, or just newish friends.
You don't need friends, dude. You got me and my friends.
And they're sleeping over. And you turkeyed me, which people out there don't know what turkeying is. It's where you take someone who's usually smaller than you, you put their head down, basically like put their head between your knees while you're standing, pull their shirt down, and then slap their lower back with your open hand, hence red turkey. And it hurt so bad. You made me cry in front of my friends I was trying to be cool in, dude. I hated you for so long for that.
I'm sorry. For the record, for the most part, I was a pretty good brother.
Yeah, but sometimes you can care. I think what it was is you were like, you could see me hamming a little bit. I was trying to be cool.
Okay.
And then you go, I'm going to check this little porker. And then you did it. And then all my friends were like, do you have any it changed the dynamic of the night. They were like, I guess we'll just watch TV now, huh? And I'm like, yeah, I think Crank Yankers is coming on soon.
Oh shit, Crank Yankers.
That was that time era of me trying to be cool.
And Comedy Central was the tits.
That was when Comedy Central was channel 58.
Yeah, I remember that too. MTV was 36 when I was young.
Yes.
ESPN was 48.
53 was Cartoon Network, because that was like early Adult Swim.
Okay. Which channel?
53, I believe.
Okay. 52 was Food Network.
You fatty.
Yeah. And the Spice Channel.
Emerald Lagasse.
Spice Channel was 75.
And then I remember finding when we got HBO and HBO 2, I was like, we're rich now, dude.
Yeah. Right.
We got movies 24/7.
Yeah.
And some of them have boobies in them.
We don't have air conditioning, but we got
No, we have one room with air conditioning. We all pile in.
Yeah.
In this gigantic house.
Yeah.
Which is actually, that reminds me, dude, I don't think you knew it hurt as much as it did because it seems harmless. That old Comcast remote that was real thin and black, dude, you used to stab me in the rib cage with it, dude. That hurt. And because it seemed so harmless, but you were hitting little kid rib, and I was like, bah! It hurt so bad.
I thought you were gonna say how we just pinch you in the back of the arm.
Oh, the pinch in the back of the arm.
But that shit leaves a bruise. Like, yeah, that hurts.
Nah, and the other one, which this goes to show how much I just wanted to hang out with you and your friends. Do you remember, I think it was during one of your Madden parties, maybe? Or maybe not, but we never hung out in the living room. because we had the basement.
Right.
But this time, I think Mom and Dad might have been away, and I don't know why you just made me take off my shirt and run back and forth. And remember, you used to be able to do the spit water between your teeth and make it go real far.
Yeah.
And you just made me run back and forth while you spit cold water.
No, I don't remember that.
And I was just like, "Is this funny for your friends? Cool, guys.
It
I'm
definitely
allowed."
was.
And that was the night also I put icy hot on my nuts.
Oh, that probably was Madden Party.
I think it might have been Madden Party.
We had some legit tournaments. There was usually like 12 to 15 of us. I mean, it was a long tournament.
And this was probably one of the times Mom and Dad went to the cabin and left you in charge. And
I think what we did, the reason we had a TV downstairs going, Madden going
Maybe.
downstairs and in the upstairs living room.
that was PlayStation 2 days.
Yeah, boy.
Damn.
Oakland Raiders.
Well,
That was my team.
could you pick your teams, or did you have to do a
No, we
lotto?
all had a team, but you couldn't. So you had your team was your team. No, we didn't do the random thing.
That's good times.
Yeah,
And
but some money. There was some decent.
It's crazy. Luckily, none of your friends were pedophiles, because I would just wanted to hang out so bad that I could have been tricked.
Could have been persuaded.
I could have been like, "Hey, let's go in this dark closet," and you just start reaching for things. And I'd be like, "Okay."
What's this game called?
Yeah, if you just make a creative name, I would have been tricked. I'd be like, as long as I can hang out,
I
sure.
did have one periphery friend who
The CP, you can't say it, the word.
CP, yeah. A friend of ours found some CP on his computer. He's a doctor now. So,
We won't say any names.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
So,
yeah, that's
So
a tough one to find on your friend, huh?
well, he wasn't that great of a friend anyway.
Yeah, he was
a
just-
cousin of a good friend.
Yeah.
But he did have a sweet house in Washington Crossing where we used to party there, and his parents traveled all the time.
Dude, do you remember the dick thing with Jeremiah? That he believed until we passed graduation.
Something about measuring our dick.
So this friend, his parents passed away, and he lived with his your friend, associate, we'll call him, with the CP. He had a sweet house that you guys would go and hang out, because it was just a grandmother, and it was a sweet house, right?
It was a really sweet house.
So you guys could party there. You're in high school.
Yeah, he had a cabana and an in-ground pool, and it was. Dope.
So a sweet place. So you put up with the CP to hang out in the pool.
Well, this is before we knew that. Okay.
So you're saying an in-ground pool is acceptable if
Right. Yeah.
we'll bypass
You can
the
look past some stuff.
but no, I forget my buddy Jeremiah, who didn't come over much, but he came over and just being goofy, he said, "Yeah, no." To go over there, the grandmother makes you pull your wiener out and put it on a table and measure it, and if it's not long enough, she won't let you in the house.
With a totally straight face, I would have said.
Yeah. And we were I just immediately bought into it and said, "Yeah, man, it sucks," because she just doesn't want her kids hanging around with small penis kids.
Right.
And he totally was like, "What?" And it was one of those things that we perfectly pulled it off of selling it and then moving past it.
Right. Why he mulled it over.
And then years later, he brought it up, and I was like, "Dude, we were fucking with you." He's like, "Dude, I've thought about that so much."
That's really the ultimate goal of doing one of those dry. You put something out there. That the ultimate goal is for it to affect the rest of their life, because you never tell them, "Oh, we were kidding."
And there's other ones out there too.
Oh, dude, yeah.
That was an ultimate, because I remember that was almost worse than 5 years later being like, "You only have one nut, Gene?" That means this dude's been racking his brain. He's like, "Dude, I got to watch what houses I go to. I hope I have a long enough wiener for the
Yeah. Yeah, he's probably like, "Oh my God, they were so nonchalant."
I
about
think
it.
we said, we're like, "No, it's a table. It's already got the markings on there, so
Right.
you just have to, it's like a
It doesn't
roller,
have to be that big.
it's like a roller coaster. You have to be this tall to come in my sweet cabana and pool."
So we got anything else here?
That's I think about it.
I think we're at the time.
We're around the time. I had a good time.
Always.
Keep watching, everybody. We got some good stories for you. Next one, give you a little cliffhanger. Maybe I'll tell you some of my. I not only have poop and nut stories, I've had a lot of encounters with animals in my house and stuff. So
Critters, rabid critters.
you'll get that. Maybe I'll give you a little insight on the Copper Cup. I am the Copper Cup King. We might have to release those one day. But no, I had a good time. Once again, I'm Gene Labordi. This is my brother, Stephen Labordi. Rachel on the ones and twos, as they say it in the
Keep
pros.
on coming back. Mash that like button. All that fucking annoying
All that
stuff.
lame shit. This has been You Be Aight podcast
You Be
presented by AML Media. Rachel, give us those plugs one more time, please.
Okay, we are on Twitter at AML_media_. YouTube is the same. Instagram is AML Media _. TikTok is just AML Media. And Facebook, we are AML Media as well. And our website is AML.NEWS.BLOG. You can find all of our links there.
Thank you. If you're liking things, please like and share.
Drop a comment. Make fun of us. Whatever
Let
you
us
wanna
know
do.
what you want. And we'll see what the background's going to be. But if you want to see a certain background, let us know. This is You Be Aight, and you will.
You'll be all
You'll
right.
be aight, guys.